All models are wrong, but some are useful. This saying invites us to question the accepted standard, our so called mythology, our conception of reality. And our conception of reality creates our personal reality, which is our personality. And out of our personality, we have our thoughts come through. And from our thoughts, feelings come. And from feelings, we get actions. And from actions, we get results. And we reap our destiny. So, your personal myth affects your destiny. And your personal myth can always be improved upon. That's what the answers would do back before there was writing. The living word was passed on through generations, and it could be improved with each generation based on the environment. So, with that idea in mind, the idea that all models can be improved, I would like to share a model with you that I base on health. And more specifically, there are 6 aspects of health, being physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, social, and financial. And you would want to achieve all 6 together without sacrificing any of them, because each one of these can affect and will affect all others. For example, the physical health will affect financial, it will affect spiritual, it will affect emotional health. And so it is true for all others. Your financial health is not going to allow you to have a proper physical development. And all these aspects of health, they affect all people of all ages. So this model is really useful for all ages. You can come up on your own with your own daily practices based on these aspects of health. However, I've put together a list of daily practices that is useful for anyone because, in my opinion, they are timeless. As long as humans exist, of course. So, first layer is based on the 4 elements, being the commonly accepted and known 4 elements: water, air, earth, and fire. And these can be combined together. And you can do them every day. Very easy, very straightforward. It is based on hydration, breath work, grounding, and solar bath. Hydration is not only about drinking water, you can drink different drinks, and it's known that salt is also helpful to hydrate your body. Breath work, it's incredible what you can achieve with just a couple properly executed breaths. Grounding, just take off your shoes, take off your socks, and just place your feet on earth or sand or into the water. Solar bath, again, you're catching sun with your body. You are absorbing the energy of the sun. And these can be practiced together. Next layer is based on ether, or the 5th element, the space, emptiness. It's the element that is not commonly known, but it's the element that connects the 4 classical known elements. Because in the classic old world, there's 5 classic elements. So this next layer gives us space to recover, space to regenerate. So first practice is fasting or dry fasting. It allows your body to cleanse itself and do repairs needed. Sleep, it's not about the hours you get, it's about the quality of sleep you get. The quality matters, and it's based on things like how dark it is in your room, Is it silent? Is the temperature good? All little things can affect how you sleep and the quality of your sleep. Next, we have prayer of gratitude. The state of gratitude is opposite from the state of desire. When you desire, you're constantly in a state of lack, in a state of need. But when you're in a state of gratitude, you're in a state of abundance, which allows you to create more with what you have. It allows you to manifest more and attract more. Next, we have meditation. It's similar to the prayer of gratitude, however, it's different because what we're trying to do is we're trying to observe the things that are happening inside our bodies without interfering. You're just observing. And while observing, you're rejecting your own thoughts, which allows you to go down and down and down in brain waves, beta, alpha, theta, delta. Well, you can't go down to delta or theta for most people, but going down to low alpha allows you to be in a state of creativity. And only 15 minutes of silent meditation can transform your mind and allow you to see things that you could not see before. Next layer, we have superfood. Superfood or electric food, as Dr. Sebi would say. It's a pretty deep rabbit hole. However, I'll say, let food be thy medicine. If you know good traditional recipes, you can utilize them in order to have proper healing and nutrition. Sound therapy. The most ancient one would be chanting. You need nothing but your voice, and it allows you to vibrate your whole being, every cell of your body, and you can especially feel it around your face area. And depending on the vibration itself, it has different effects, of course. And you can also utilize musical instruments such as a gong, a Native American drum, Native American flute, any flute, guitar, rattle, you name it. You can also utilize speakers, though I don't believe they're as useful because of tuning, and it's just not the same. Next, we have ice bath. Ice bath hits you with, or cold water exposure. It hits you with this cold water, which forces you to come up with this fire from within yourself. And if you tried it, getting out of the water, then you feel like there is a fire burning from within that allows you to stay warm. And it's like a tingly sensation that comes from within. So for this practice, you need your breath, you need some exercise, and you need a mindset. That's the classic Wim Hof method. Next up, these rabbit holes are even deeper, being natural movement, which is classic ancient practices such as running, jumping, falling and rolling, hanging, climbing, balancing, and crawling. And there is a lot of other things, but your body is an incredible machine that should be used. So natural movement is everything you need in order to achieve proper physique. Next one, we have work or creation. From a very young age, we're able to work or create. We are creating because we were created in our creator's image. And what we know in the beginning of the Bible is that God is the one who speaks and he creates. He speaks things into existence. So if we're able to name something, we're able to create it. That is the human nature that gives us this tremendous power over the natural world. I mean, we are part of nature. However, we were raised above nature due to this visualization and creation capacity. Next, we have networking because humans are social animals. Humans are able to communicate in ways much more complex than any other animals. So, networking is communicating with similar minded individuals. And you can combine most of these. At different times, you can use different things and you can utilize most of these, or probably all, on a day to day basis. In order to achieve 6 aspects of health, which I believe can bring about an abundant, fulfilling, and serene life in the end. So that is the end in mind, your aspects of health. And feel free to improve upon this model because, as I said, all models can be improved. So there is a lot more. My mind is always coming up with models. And that is what symbols are. That is what mythology is. So we have to consider what is our personal mythology and conception of the world. And that's why stories have been so powerful. That's why stories stick around. That's why storytelling is such a powerful skill to have. Shout out to our ancestors who we are basically building upon because no one is building things on their own. We are all building on something that was already created. And our ancestors, they went through some things in order for us to be here right now. Peace.